Hey, sup y'all, it's Falnate. I hope you had a fantastic day today because, as you can read in the title, today I want to talk about why do I prefer to play 2004Scape instead of OSRS, which is Old School Runescape. Now, for some of you it may be strange because I had some discussion before with other people talking about it, and some of you were like, man, why do you want to prefer to play this boring ass game, how can I say, it's slow, it's torturing, it's like torture to yourself, it's boring and stuff. And I was like, guys, you just don't get it. And I think it was hard to explain why just like that. And when I put some thought about it, because even myself I was a little bit like, yeah, why do I prefer to play like a preservation game of the game before of an old version instead of what it is today, And that's when I realized it's because there's a lot of reason. Actually, there's a lot of reason that makes me want to prefer playing 2004Scape instead of Old School Runescape. Now, I just want to make a small disclaimer. I'm not saying that any of these two games is better than the other. I'm not saying that 2004Scape is the right choice. I'm not saying that 2004Scape is way better than Old School Runescape. This video is not about trying to convince you that 2004Scape is better, that you should play it over Old School Runescape. Because I will never be able to do that, because of course it's all based of taste, of the different taste of everybody, and I have a lot of different taste than the others, and you have a lot of different taste than myself, and the criteria of which is better is it's really like subjective. It's not something that you can objectively talk about it. So this video is more about helping you, maybe you guys, or showing you guys what are the reasons of why it's important for me to, not important, but like, why I prefer 2004Scape over Old School Runescape. So the first one, it's easily the community. The community between the both games are really different. I remember when I restarted playing Old School Runescape like 3 months ago, and I was just flabbergasted because I started talking with people and they were like, either they don't answer and they just continue to grind, or they just ignore you completely, or just do as short talk as possible. And I just remember that one time I did go fishing, to increase my fishing skill, and I was like, hey guys, fishing level, that's something we used to do back in the day, like just asking and just chilling and talking while I fish, fishing and stuff. And this guy answered to me back, what is your fishing level? And I swear guys, I was so like shocked by answer. He answered me, why the fuck do you care? What? Bro, what you mean? And so I was like, yo, I'm just trying to socialize, chilling and stuff. And he was like, bro, I'm not here for that, man. I'm just here to grind. And I'm like, grinding what? You're fucking fishing shrimps. What the fuck are you talking about? And he was like, bro, come on, man. You are going to make me waste XP per hour. Bro, huh? And I was so shocked by it, man. I was so shocked. I was like, all right, maybe it's one guy, So I leave this guy, I go to Draenor village. It was a little bit more social, but when I tried to talk with them, they were like, bro, what the fuck you doing? I don't know, man. Just the fact that this community, want to optimize so much everything, want to min-max everything. It doesn't want to do action that makes them not gain XP or make them waste their time. I don't know. I feel it was so weird because, for example, here in 2004Scape, there's actually like people role-playing a cabbage cult that they have fun like farming cabbage and the Falador cabbage farm. And I was so amazed by it, like there's always people doing PvP events, there's always people like, grinding together or talking together, and it's so much easier to like socialize and have contact with discussion with other people in this game. I remember like when I start fishing, sometimes I go lobsters and I meet this guy, Schneider's. I think, yeah, he's even online, man. Shout out to you, Schneider. And I just start talking about what his fishing level and his objective and his goal and stuff. And we had each other in our friend list, and it becomes so much cooler, like, hi man, thank you so much for the time, It's help passing the time when you're grinding, socializing. Because I remember when I started playing these games during my teenage year, it was all about, RuneScape was more of a party chat room than a tryhard game. And I remember back then, man, like this feeling of like just going somewhere, meeting your friends, your clans, doing castle wars or clan wars, or like, just trying to chat and even doing some funny roleplay like the cabbage cult or the onion cult, or even trying to become a royal family and Falador Castle. I just have this, you know, this nostalgia feelings of, you know, the memories of this game. And OSRS community is so much different. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? You know, at first I didn't understand why the community becomes so much obsessed about numbers, XP waste, min-maxing, optimizing and stuff. And I really feel like there's no more welcoming feeling anymore about this game. There's no more like just, hey man, we're having fun playing the game, we're chilling and stuff. It's really more about like, yo, grinding, optimizing, and min-maxing. And I was sad about it because I said to myself, maybe it's just these random, you know, I'm just going to join clans and stuff. So I started joining clans, just chatting in the room, you know. And that's when I realized they even just talk about it, you know, they just talk about making money and money makings, about XP, about optimizing, you know, have a better strategy. And now I try to interact with them in a casual way, for example, saying like, hey guys, when is the next clan event? What do you mean? Well, are we doing a party soon? Are we going to someone else's house, you know? Are we going to like, I don't know, just, you know, chilling together and making a gathering, you know, a clan gathering and having fun, maybe doing some clan wars, maybe some, you know, mini games and stuff. And they were like, we don't do that here. Wait, what? What is the goal? What is the point of being a clan if you don't do clan activity? I was like, I was so like, bro, there's no fucking way, you know, my mind was, I was not being capable of understanding the situation I was in, you know. It was crazy, man. And can I start talking about the bots? Like, they're everywhere. You cannot play this game, you cannot play OSRS without having bots in your feed, man. It's crazy. It's like, what the fuck is the point at this point, you know? What the fuck is the point? And speaking of bots and the community, let's talk about the Green Exchange. I will say it, maybe it's controversial, I fucking hate the Green Exchange, you know? In 2004Scape, the Green Exchange doesn't exist since it was released in November of 2007, which is in a long way before us, so we're really good for now. But the Green Exchange didn't exist back then. And I can see the difference, you know, people are always, you know, chatting each other, they're making contacts, you know, friend list, to make sure that if they know somebody that sells this kind of stuff regularly, they can contact them, like for Renaissance miners, or you know, bowstrings maker and stuff. And there's even a market, you cannot see it right now, but up of my gameplay, I have like a link to reach the market. So it's a website you can use to post buys or selling. After that, you DM the people in game, and you know, you meet them in game and do the transaction, you know. But there's more like a community feeling of it in 2004Scape, because in the Great Exchange you can just play OSRS like a solo game. Like, you want something? Sure, man, fuck it, let's go just to the Great Exchange, buy like my shit without talking to nobody, done, I'm out. And maybe, yeah, maybe it's faster, you know, maybe, yeah, for example, if you want to go as fast as possible, maybe it's faster, but like, at the same time, you're missing this, you know, MMORPG aspect, the MMO aspect of this MMORPG, you know, that I feel like it's not only a OSRS problem, it's the same in like World of Warcraft and other games. Like, community is not much anymore. Like, people, I don't know what happened, but people have now a mindset of just playing all MMORPG alone and being the main character of their own story and not being part of something greater than himself. I don't know, man, it's really strange, because for myself, what I like about playing MMORPG is that I'm an extrovert, I'm a socializer, you know. I want to make events like I'm doing right now, you know. I'm organizing community events in this game. I'm meeting up with people, I'm talking with people, you know. Like, I take some time to grind for sure, but like, now it's because I'm on video. But even when I'm grinding, I'm, you know, sending DMs to people, asking about what they're doing and stuff. And when I see, for example, one of my colleagues, like Zombie Music or Garlic or Wartime, making an event, I'm going to join them, you know, talking with them in game and stuff, and having fun on the stream, you know. I don't know why, maybe it's just because I'm an extrovert, but I feel like it should be the normal, right? Like it was back in the day. Back in the day, it was normal to act like that. Now now people seems to talk with others only if they can get something out of it. Like, oh, I'm going to talk to this guy only if he can, like, you know, be part of my plan of doing this raid or this dungeon for you know, or if I can get something like an object or money out of it. I don't know, man. I freaking hate, you know, this mentality that players are right now. back then it was really. I'm only 25 years old and I'm speaking. I'm talking like a young boomer. But I don't know. It's not something that used to happen back in the day. You know, like lurers and people, you know, being really extrovert was really like a minority. And now it seems like they're the majority. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. It's pretty sad, but yeah. They're just saying that the green exchange for me increase and encourage people to be less social again. And I find it kinda sad, you know. I don't know. I just feel like for a game like, you know, if there is no green exchange, what the fuck the bots were going to do, you know? Like just, you know, for example, right? For example, if there is no green exchange, what the fuck the bots they can do, right? They can do shit, bro. The green exchange in-app the bots, and as long as the green exchange exists, the bots are being there because it's easy for them to sell, you know? It's the same thing for World of Warcraft. That's just it, you know? That's stupid, right? Like here in 2004Scape, we have no bots. Why? Because there's no way for bots to actually make money, you know? Like maybe there's some people that did try to like, you know, do macro and stuff to like, for example, picking up flags and, you know, maybe there's some people that try, but they always get out eventually. So yeah, man, I don't know. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate green exchange for this reason. And, you know, I think something else that I hate about OSRS is that it's not RuneScape 2 anymore, right? When I started playing OSRS back in the day, before, you know, in the beginning, it was because, hey, it's a remake of how RuneScape was in 2007. It's fantastic, you know, it's my favorite era to play. That's the era that I started playing RuneScape, so fuck it, man. So at first, I was really loving it, but they had more and more and more content, and I'm not against adding content, you know, like quality of life content, you know, maybe some events left and right, you know, some like temporarily content, just so people never get bored, and you know, and it's fine, you know. I'm like, okay, fine, sure, yes, go on, fuck it, I'm done with that. But then they just adding completely new permanent content, and don't tell me that playing Old School Runescape today is like playing RuneScape back in the day. It's fucking not, you know. Just look at all the guides about, you know, how to how can I say that, between the raids, the dungeons, the new bosses. But I think what's the most painful for me to watch is watching the pay members guide training for the skills from 1 to 99. Look at all of them on the wiki. You're going to see that all of them only talks about method new to the game that didn't exist back then. Like all the new content is the new method. It's a completely new game. It's not what I'm used to, you know. And I'm fucking sad. I'm like, bro, if I want to play a new RuneScape, I'm going to play RuneScape 3. Not old school, not fucking RuneScape 2.9.5 or what the fuck, you know? Old school RuneScape is not RuneScape 2 anymore. Old school RuneScape is not RuneScape 2 anymore. It's fucking something else. I don't know what it is. It's his own thing now, but it doesn't appeal to me anymore. I want to play how it was back then, you know? That's why, for example, World Classic was a huge thing, you know, to relive the past. Now they do something like Season of Discovery and World of Warcraft, and I like it because yeah, it's new content, but it's content that feels like it belongs there, you know. It content that have the same graphics and design and feeling as other already present content, and that's great, you know. That's fantastic. So that's why I'm like, yeah, okay, I can fuck with that. But when you're making fucking raids and fucking dungeon and fucking all the thing, I'm like, bitch. Why at this point just didn't remake the dungeon and skills that appear in RuneScape 2 in 2011? Why? Like, I don't know, man. They could have made something really cool, like for example, and you know, like releasing content that was from 2008 to 2012 before the transition to RuneScape 3. Now I will fuck with that really hard, and I wouldn't even be talking about 2004Scape if it was the case. But they didn't. Instead, they just start making a lot of new content that for me, it doesn't make sense to be in RuneScape 2. Like, it's not the same energy, it's not the same vibe. I don't know if I'm making clear about myself right now, but it's just not the same. And I fucking hate it for it. You know, I try to play members, but even that, it's so much overwhelming because you pay 1 month of membership. Now you have to think about, oh shit, okay, now I cannot waste time on my membership. I have to play as much as possible. I have to string my skills, but at the same time I have to do quests, but at the same time I want to do random bosses, and dude, it's at the same time I want to, like, you know, don't. I think that's why this mentality of, like, you know, optimizing and min-maxing everything came. It's because there's so much to do, as little time as possible. Like, because you don't want to just pay a membership and being like, fuck, I just played like 20 hours this month. I fucking wasted like fucking my membership with. I don't know what to tell you guys. For me, it's just too much. Like, more content doesn't mean better content, you know? And that's the problem. For me, Old School Runescape is not Old School Runescape. It's another game. It's like, fucking, at this point, now tell me, the only difference between fucking RuneScape 3 and Old School Runescape is the graphics. That's all. At this point, they have almost this. You know, I know there's some more gameplay tweak to RuneScape 3. You know, there's a lot more to it than Old School RuneScape. But don't tell me that it doesn't feel the same anymore. Like, just the raids and dungeon and bosses. You know, I don't know at this point. I don't know. I just feel like that's not what I'm looking for when I'm playing old, you know, a recreation of the past RuneScape. And this does it perfectly, because what I love about this is that, you know, you have a sense of progression in 2004Scape. You can game, you create your character. Right now we're in 28 June 2004. We're almost gaining like the new content that is coming from the August month, so I'm really excited about it. Garlic did make a video about it, and I'm so excited about it. It's feel like, you know, reliving the past that I didn't actually have the chance to live. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you didn't have the chance also to live. Because in 2004, I was fucking 4 years old, man. I was not playing RuneScape, alright? I swear to God, I was not playing RuneScape when I was 4 years old. I wish, but I don't know, man. At the same time, I didn't understand English back in the day, so I guess I will not go read that far, but hey, man. Part of the game, right? But yeah, just the sense of progression, because as Pazaz, the owner, the founder of, you know, Lost City, which is 2004Scape, talk about it in an interview, he said that he was going to progress the server, like going on and going on. So right now we're in 28 June 2004, but he even want to reach the end of RuneScape 2. We're going to progress until the end of RuneScape 2, which is in 2012, I think, just before the transition. So that means we're going to get Slayer, Construction, Farming, Hunter, and even Dungeoneering. Dungeoneering is the one that I'm most excited about, because between 2010 and 2012, I play a shit ton of RuneScape. I'm not kidding, like Dungeoneering was my shit, you know? It was all that I wanted. Co-op content, you know, doing content and group, doing dungeons and group, all of the skills matter in this dungeons. It was really fun. And anybody could, you know, could group with anybody of any different level. It was so much fun. And that's why until then I'm just playing the shit out of this game. When Slayer is going to release, when we're going to reach January 2005, I'm going to play the shit of this game. When Construction is going to get out, I'm going to make the perfect house to make party houses. I'm not kidding. I'm actually going to party out and root 2004Scape. That's it. That's my journey, you know. That's what I want, right? So yeah, that's what I want. So yeah, guys, I think that's the major reason why I prefer 2004Scape over. I'm going to give some points to SRS, though, right? Of course, there's a lot of quality of lives and 2004Scape that didn't exist, and Old School Runescape, sorry, that didn't exist in 2004Scape. For example, for people that love doing quest or hate doing quest, actually doing quest in 2004Scape suck ass, not because of the server, but because of how the game was back then. You know, you cannot click on the shit, you know, to see what is going on and where are you at the quest right now. You have to use a lot of wiki that don't exist, so you have to use either zombie music guide video that are excellent, or using 2004 HQ guides for the quest. So yeah, questing suck ass, you know. I completely agree with that. Questing and 2004Scape suck major ass. I can 100% shit with you with that. But beside of that, you know, I mean, I guess people are going to say, Fall Knight, what about the plugins? Man, fuck the plugins. Fuck them. It's funny, man. Each time there's like, well, yeah, but 2004Scape doesn't have plugins like RuneLight. Brother, you have so much a brain fright fucking brain. Like, your brain is a chicken from KFC, bro. Because you cannot play a fucking game without something flashy on your screen. Hey, click here, click here, click here. Bro, you're not clicking, you're not playing RuneScape at this point. If you have absolutely to play RuneScape without, if you need plugins to play RuneScape, you have a problem, man. If you can, I'm going to say it, right? Plugins is really grateful, but it's not. If you really have to have plugins to be able to enjoy a game, you have a problem, mate. You have a problem. And I'm not here talking about Quest Helper. Of course, Quest Helper is fantastic. But if you need all the plugins that tell you, oh my god, you just went XXP, oh my god, no. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, you're not playing RuneScape, you're playing Plugin Simulator, bro, at this point, alright? Chill out, bro. Come on! Maybe, I guess for you, maybe it's the good thing to play 2004Scape. Maybe it's going to, like, refresh your brain and stop being like a little cry bitch from TikTok that if you didn't get a reward and the next 10 seconds is going to cry like a loud baby. Men, adult children, by the way. I don't know, man. All right, maybe I'm just getting a little bit too patient about the game and the discussion. Maybe I'm just, I don't know how to say it in English. I'm flamming myself. I don't know. I don't think that that's a word in English. I think I'm just burning out right now. But hey, you know what? At least you can understand in our voices that I'm really passionate about this game. You know, it really hit me like a truck about how I fucking love this game. About all the, you know, the liberty I have, all the, you know, I can make so much content out of this game. It's fabulous, you know. I can make so much fun, making others having so much fun about the games. And you know what? Talking about the others, tell me in the comments if you're actually somebody that really did test 2004Scape for real and didn't like it. Comment my comments. Please tell me why. I want to know why, you know. Comment my comments, type a message saying like, I found light, I'm sorry, but I did try 2004Scape and I didn't like it for X reasons. And I just want to hear it, you know. Maybe I can try to convince you otherwise. Maybe I can, like, you know, just talk about it with you and maybe help you find solutions. Because what I'm trying to plan on this channel for 2004 content is to make contents that help new players that want to join us. That's my goal. I want to bring new players to the game. I want to help new players coming to the game. And I want to, you know, show them the resources that are already available for them to help them during their journey. So yeah, guys. Anyway, it was fun night. I hope you like this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe, to like, and you know, just share the video and the channel if you know somebody else that can also love it. And I see you soon for our next event, for our next streams and next videos. So yeah, take care of yourself, guys. It was a pleasure, and see you soon. It was fun night. Peace. Ciao, ciao.